Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are talking about a word we hear all the time, entrepreneur. Okay, but what does this word mean? What does entrepreneur mean? Who are these people who are called entrepreneurs? We'll try to understand this. Okay, let's get started. Now first things first, where did this word entrepreneur came from? It's actually from French, entreprendre, which means to undertake. Basically, someone who takes up a task or a venture. Okay, early thinkers had their own ideas. Cantillon, way back, he said an entrepreneur is someone who takes risks. They buy things at one price and they hope to sell it later at an uncertain time at a higher price. Then came JBC, who expanded on Cantillon. He saw entrepreneur as the main organizers of the business, bringing everything together. Okay, fast forward to today, let's try to understand what is the definition of entrepreneur. Now, Webster's dictionary calls them someone who organizes a business, takes risk, all for the sake of profit. That's the definition of entrepreneur. Now, Francis Walker even called them captains of industry, people with special talent. And the famous Peter Drucker, he said entrepreneurs are always looking for change and they see it as an opportunity using innovation as their main tool. Okay, now it is all about undertaking, organizing, taking risks and innovating. That is what entrepreneur is all about. Now let's try to understand what are the main qualities, the special traits which these entrepreneurs have or they need. Let's talk about this one by one. Calculated risk takers. They don't just gamble, they think about the risks and they prefer challenges they feel they can actually achieve. They don't enter into failing a project. They will take calculated risks. They are not gamblers. Innovator. Now this is a big one. Try to understand what is an innovator. They basically use new ideas, new methods or material to create something better or find new markets. They basically exploit the change. Okay, it's that not just about inventing, it's making the invention useful. Okay, that is the reason they are innovators. That's one of the quality. Organizers. Now they are good at bringing together people, money and resource. Okay, they bring together all the factors of production. Sorry. Okay, to get different things done. Now creative. They basically find new and useful ways to solve problems. Okay, next trait. They are achievement driven. What that means is they have a strong desire to achieve goals and overcome challenges. And remember, it's just not money motivated. Okay, next, technically sound, technically competent. Have you ever spoken to an entrepreneur or a businessman? You did? Well, when you speak about their business, you will understand that they have amazing knowledge of the technical side of their business or their product. Okay, so that's one of the core qualities. Self-confidence. Now they believe in themselves and their ideas. Okay, they believe in their own abilities, their judgment. Socially responsible. Now many modern entrepreneurs, they also think about their impact on the society. Okay, this is all about the modern entrepreneur. Optimistic. Obviously, they look only at the bright side and expect success. Okay, next, equipped with drive. Now they are hardworking, they take initiative, and they don't give up easily. Okay, next, mental abilities. They are smart. They have very good thinking and problem solving skills. They have amazing analytical skills to solve the problem. Next, both of this. Now they are good with people. They have very good human relations ability. Okay, they have skills to deal with others very effectively. Okay, next, and the last one, they are very good decision makers and planners. They can make very clear decisions. Okay, they don't think too much. They make very good clear decisions, and they understand the importance of planning. Now these are the key traits, okay, of an entrepreneur. These are the profile of an entrepreneur. Now try to understand one thing. Do you think all entrepreneurs are the same? If you look at these abilities, okay, do you think all entrepreneurs will have all these skills? No. Okay, now try to understand that every entrepreneur has a different skill set, but these are the skill sets which are needed to be an entrepreneur. Now let's try to understand the different types of entrepreneurs. We can basically classify them in different ways. Now by business type, some start trading or manufacturing businesses. Okay, let's classify them by motivation. Pure entrepreneurs are driven by personal goals like status or achievement, while induced entrepreneurs, they might start because of government scheme or support. Okay, pure entrepreneurs motivated by psychological or economic reward, status or symbol. Induced entrepreneurs, they are induced, they are attracted by government incentives or subsidies or facilities. Now classify them by technology use. They are technical entrepreneurs. They focus more on the product itself. Non-technical entrepreneurs, they might focus more on marketing side, the distribution side. And there are also professional entrepreneurs who build and sell businesses repeatedly. They start a business, establish them, and then sell the startups. Okay, they are professional entrepreneurs. Next, by the stage of development, by development stage, there will be first generation entrepreneurs. They are pioneers with no family business background. They are called first generation entrepreneurs. Second generation entrepreneurs, they inherit and run existing family business. Okay, classical entrepreneurs, now they are stereotypical. They aim for economic returns consistent with survival. Okay, now by capital, some use their own money, that is private. Some ventures are run by the government or state, and some are mixed, joint. Okay, that is by capital. Next, Danhof's classification. Now Danhof talked about innovating entrepreneurs, the real game changers. Then initiative ones who copy the successful ideas. These days, you can see this very common in countries like India. Swiggy is there, Zomato is there. Once Amazon started, every other company wanted to have an e-commerce. So that's imitative entrepreneurs. Okay, and others like Fabian, very very cautious, and Drone, they are resistant to change. Okay, according to capital as well, as I already mentioned, private entrepreneurs who start, fund and risk their own capital as well. State enterprises undertaken by the government or state. Joint entrepreneurs, it's a combination of private and state entrepreneurs. Okay, there are other categories as well, like by gender. We can classify entrepreneur by gender, by area, by scale as well. Okay, large scale, medium scale, small scale, all this. Okay, now what do these entrepreneurs do? What are their main job functions? Let's try to understand these. Now these core functions are innovation. This is the key. This is a very key, the key core function. They introduce new products, methods, or markets. Okay, basically they change things up. That's one of the core function. Next, risk taking or uncertainty bearing. As Cantillon and Knight said, they take on the risks that they cannot insure against. They face an unknown future. That is risk taking. Next, organizing and management. Bringing everything together, land, labor, capital, okay, and managing the whole show. Okay, though it's different from day-to-day management, that is one of the core function. The fourth one is decision making, making the big, very important decisions about where the business is going. Now, one common question is, how is an entrepreneur different from a manager? They both sound similar, right? Right? But there are differences. Now, these are the key differences. Status. An entrepreneur is typically the owner, while a manager an employee. Motive. Okay, entrepreneurs start their own venture. Managers work for an existing one. Decisions. Entrepreneur make big strategic decisions. Managers they focus on implementing plans. Okay, they don't make decisions, they focus on implementing the plans which are made by the entrepreneurs. Risk. Entrepreneurs bear all the business risk. Managers usually get a fixed salary and bear no direct risk. There might be risk, but direct risk is not there in a manager. Okay, innovation. Entrepreneurs are the innovators. Managers, they implement the changes. Rewards. Entrepreneurs aim for profit, which may vary a lot. It might be uncertain, some variable as well. Managers get a salary, and salary most of the times is fixed, or at least certain part is fixed. Okay, skills. Now, entrepreneurs often need high creative and drive. They need to be highly creative and drive oriented. Managers, they need more public dealing skills, and qualifications can also differ. Now, let's basically recap the main points. Entrepreneurs they start ventures, they take risks, and they often innovate to earn profit. They have unique traits like risk taking, drive, creativity, etc. Now, there are also many different type of entrepreneurs. We already spoke about it. Now, their main job include innovation, organizing, risk bearing, and key decision making. And remember, an entrepreneur, okay, is different from a manager. Entrepreneur is a owner, manager is a employee. Okay, right. This was a quick tour of the world of entrepreneurs. Hope you might have found this useful and easy to understand. If you did, please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and definitely subscribe for more explanations. Thank you.